right insurance at the right price. You buy better with Burns.
You buy better with Burns. You buy better.
The Burns Agency knows your insurance needs can change with almost every season. The snowblowers get tucked away, and the motorcycles, boats, and jet skis come out to play. Give yourself a minute. Stop. Think about what new or changing exposures are happening to you. Then call the Burns Agency. Over the phone, in person, or online, we're here for all your policy needs. Or better yet, give us a chance to earn your business with our top-notch customer service, strong coverage options, and unbeatable pricing. The Burns Agency, proudly serving Eastern Connecticut since 1932.
Better.
Better with Burns.
Much better.
So much better with Burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better with Burns.
You buy better with Burns. You buy better.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Mike Minarski and Rich Wasilek in the morning and 80s all day and night.
They're not human. They control the Matrix.
SNSN. Your community radio.
Live from Main Street.
Mike Minarski and Rich Wasilek in the morning and 80s all day and night.
SNSN.
Well, unless Rich aged a little bit.
And he grew hair.
Then good morning, Rich.
Hello, Rich.
But Rich is not here this morning.
No.
He's
filling in for the Rich.
He's on assignment.
Yes, he is. Yeah, filling in for the big man.
On assignment is basically just another way of saying
got the day off.
Yeah, he's not here, you know. Well, he actually has other things he has to do today.
Yeah, yes.
And
that happens.
That are more important than coming here.
Yeah, definitely.
What the F?
What the hell?
Jeez.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
I know, but he doesn't live on Retirement Row, so.
That's right. Tomorrow, Retirement Row will be here.
That's right.
So you come in because you're retired today.
Yeah, today, yeah.
you've been here on Thursdays a couple times.
Yeah.
Especially recently.
Yeah. Well, I didn't have anything going on, so it was all set. Some Thursdays I've got other things I got to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've already introduced a couple of new hosts in the last couple of weeks. 3.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. It was Court Kinney.
Yeah.
Victoria.
Oh, Victoria.
And Kathy Wasilek.
Yep.
So, and Victoria's there.
Oh.
So there's going to, a little bit of a change, a little bit of, and plus Rich is going to be out for quite some time.
Yeah.
He's got some things he's got to take care of.
Yeah.
So he won't be in for probably a couple months.
Yeah. So
if not more.
So when Victoria comes in, she needs to shave her head.
Did you hear that, Victoria?
Yeah.
Victoria, you must come in bald.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. That's what she's got to do.
So.
Yeah.
So we're
or Kathy Wasilek needs to shave her head. Either one of them.
Well, you're making it sound like Rich is going out because he's getting chemo.
No.
It's not.
No. Rich is.
He's doing this. He's got
his appearance is bald.
Yeah,
he likes to shave his head, so that's all right. Yeah.
That's honestly, if I would have just kind of tuned in and
I would have
think, there's something wrong.
No.
He's just got other commitments and other things he's got to take care of.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
that do not involve SNSN radio.
Correct. Yeah.
Victoria says, I threaten my family with that all the time.
Shaving her head?
I'm assuming that's what she means.
Oh.
Why not? Well, Victoria has short hair anyway.
Yeah.
So really, just going the rest of the way shouldn't be a big deal.
Yeah. No,
Right?
Yeah, a lot
I
of
wouldn't think.
women have short
Sure.
hair. Oh, you wouldn't have to worry about getting up and combing it, right?
Well, no, then you get bedhead, and
Yeah.
just stick straight up.
That's right. You
You ever get bedhead?
yeah, I used to.
Yeah. I don't seem to get it as much anymore.
No, well,
I don't know why.
I don't have as much hair anymore.
Oh, maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I still have quite a bit of hair. I
For now.
Well, I don't know. My dad, he's
Oh well, yeah, it depends.
He's almost 80, and
Yeah. I mean, depends on. I forget what the rule was. If you're,
my dad used to do the comb over.
yeah, I think if your mother's brothers or relatives were bald, then you were going to be bald. If your father's relatives were bald, you weren't going to be bald. Depending, I thought that's one thing. That's
I know my real grandfather and my mother's real father. I never met him.
Yeah.
I've seen lots of pictures, and he full head of hair.
yeah.
Full head of hair. So,
Yeah. Well, hair isn't the big thing now.
oh, it's the beard.
Yeah, now it's the beard.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that seems to be the thing now. But
Yeah.
yeah, hair was popular back in the 80s, not early 90s, 70s. I don't know.
It's like Cunningham had a beard, but boy, let me tell you a thing. He's gotten a.
Yeah.
I mean, he's gonna grow birds. It's a bird's nest he's got happening
Yeah,
there.
you gotta clean it up a little bit. Yeah.
I just never thought of. I never.
Thought he would. Yeah, he's gotta go to the barber, have it all shaped for himself, Yeah. Yeah, he's in an executive position, so he needs
When he was here, I was gonna go like this, looking for bird eggs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hell, you know what I'm saying? He's
Nothing
an
at all.
executive, so he's gotta, it all comes down to appearance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Mhm.
But that's a big thing. I'm not a beard guy, but I mean for myself, I'm not a.
No,
I never thought about it. I had a mustache years ago because somebody wanted me to have the mustache. I hated it. As soon as we broke up, that was gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hated it. I couldn't stand it. Not at all.
Yeah. Well, that's all right.
So what's going on with Paul Ash?
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
No. Let's see. What do I have here today? Oh,
Here it comes. Here it comes.
why is a doctor always calm?
Calm. CALM.
Calm. Yeah, CALM. Calm.
Well, let's see.
Well, think about it.
He's got access to all the neuropharmaceuticals. He can pretty much grab anything he wants.
Yeah.
The pharmaceutical salesman comes up.
It's
and,
not a
hey,
pharmaceutical.
Hey, you got samples of this?
That would be one. No, they have a lot of patients. Oh, well, what can I tell you? But let me.
Yeah, another one.
No, this is not. Let me go
You
here.
want to redeem yourself?
No. No. I hope I don't kill this name. I got a name for you.
Okay.
Milana.
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 MILANO.
A.
Okay.
Milana.
Yeah.
Alexandrovna Van Turb.
Okay.
Russian.
Yeah. Well, I kind of got that.
Yeah, it's a Russian actress. She's about 32 years old. She's actually an American actress and comedian. And she basically she was born from Jewish parents, and she actually was a child actress shortly after coming to the States.
I'm gonna take a wild guess right now before you go anywhere else. It's I can't remember her name, but she's with Ashton Kutcher. Is this the one?
No.
What the hell is her
Here's
name?
a hint.
She does. Okay.
Let's see. What does she normally say? It's not. She says it's not. Oh my God! Then I had to tip it in my mouth too. You see her on TV a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know who it is.
Advertising. It's
Is
not
this the AT&T girl?
It's not complicated.
It's not the AT&T girl. Is it?
Actually, it is. It's the
Is that who we're talking about?
It's AT&T girl. Her actual name is Lily.
Yeah.
On the commercial.
Okay.
And yeah, she's been in some local TV shows as well over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's kind of parlayed those commercials.
But
into
she
an
is
American.
she is Russian born.
Really?
Which people would not realize that looking at her. So there's
I don't know if you can really look at somebody and tell.
Yeah.
You know that they're born from a particular.
They go
country.
from Milana, blah 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 blah, to Lily is a lot easier saying Lily.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a yeah, she's an AT&T commercial saleswoman, and she's been there for, well, she's been there now. She's still there at 2020.
Well, she left. They got somebody else for a bit. I mean, she was in there for about
yeah, she was there for 16,
3 years, 4 years,
then she went to 20, and then she's back there again, which I think she does a good job because she is kind of funny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like remember the old Verizon commercials? You know, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
And you know, had the engineer guy with the short hair, and you know, Well, did you know that that guy, they're twins?
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're from Connecticut.
Yeah.
And the one twin that actually went to get the job in the audition, they went, how about your brother over here? And his brother had very, very long hair.
Yep.
And they cut it and they actually booked his brother. Who then does what? AT&T? No. T-Mobile?
Yeah, but I don't think he's been on T-Mobile for a while.
So, or Sprint.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
So, but anyway, yeah. But they're from Connecticut, actually. North Haven.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
yep.
Good. Well, that was pretty good. You guessed it that quick. Would you like to hear another one?
Another one of these stories?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. I got another one for you.
It was Sprint, Victoria said. Yeah.
Stephanie Courtney.
Okay.
American actress.
Yeah.
Comedian. She's about 52 years old. She has a sister who's also an actress. Her name is Jennifer Courtney, who actually was on the old Dexter series. Remember the old Dexter series?
Never saw it. I know what you're talking about, but I
but
never
she was on the
watched it,
Dexter series. She's in advertising. You do see her a lot. Who do you think it is? She's not a young woman. She's like 52 years old. So who do you think? Who do you think it is?
Malox?
No.
Preparation H.
No.
Have you ever seen a Preparation H TV commercial?
Yeah. No.
Not lately.
Not lately. Yeah.
People that need Preparation H pretty much know where to get Preparation H.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's on TV a lot. Been doing this commercial for a lot of years. That's a hint.
I don't watch a lot of TV. That's the thing. I really don't.
Yeah.
Laura said Flo.
Exactly.
Flo. Who's Flo?
Flo is the progressive spokesperson.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Flo is she's the progressives. Yep.
Laura, you are correct.
Yep. So you don't know the people's actual names.
No.
Until when you recognize them, their advertising names. But there you go. Flo. Yeah.
That's interesting.
She gets paid like $500,000 a year for doing that.
Well, she's pretty funny, but she's pretty much an I think whoever the ad agency that handles all of the stuff for Geico is progressive. But a Geico, I think they're pretty cool. Like the Geico caveman.
Yeah.
You
know who does pretty good? And I know we're talking about advertising, but you know who does pretty good advertisement is Subaru.
Why?
They have the dogs driving the car.
Oh, I have never seen that one.
Oh yeah, it's pretty hilarious. Where they
never seen it.
The two dogs, mom and pop, and the baby's in the back. The kids in the back. They're driving a Subaru.
Got it.
Yeah, they must be really animal activists or something, but they're really cute commercials. Almost
I've
like
never seen
like the old days with the Budweiser horses and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
So what you decided to come in today?
You asked me to come in today.
You're not supposed to say that. You're
Oh.
supposed to just say, well, Mike,
Yeah.
there's let's see, there's Laura and there's Victoria, and
Flo.
that's about it right now. That are out there in Neverland.
Yeah. Nobody wants to listen to us.
No.
I don't know.
And you can't, the funny thing is you can't say anything in the Lisbon rooms because they don't like that type of thing.
Oh.
You know what I mean? They don't like Plainfield, you can't you can't share a live broadcast in the Plainfield residence group.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I don't know. I don't know what the reason for that is, but for a group that's not monitored,
Well,
it's monitored for not being a non-monitored group.
gotcha.
Daryl Nadu from the Healthy Computer, School Street, Jewett City,
There he
is here,
He's
lurking,
Yeah.
looking for his precious.
Yeah. Glad he showed up.
Yeah.
Kind of miss him.
Yeah, where the hell's he been? I can't get him to come in here.
Yeah. He can come in and talk about computers.
No, not even that. Just to come in and conversate. He's a pretty interesting dude.
Yeah.
But he won't.
Well, one thing he could do is give a hint on using a computer.
Yeah.
I
I think people know how to use their computers.
I don't think a lot.
it's
No, I think a lot of people have a computer. I don't think a lot of people know how to use a computer.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
So tomorrow,
Yeah.
little change in programming.
Yeah.
We're going to be carrying the football game tomorrow night from Grizzle High School.
Oh, you are.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't sure you were going to do that.
We weren't, because their in-house network GSPN
Yeah.
was originally scheduled.
Yeah.
But there was also the issue of volleyball. They're carrying volleyball as well,
Mm-hmm.
but they can't be in two places at the same time.
That's true.
So they asked us if we would cover the football game, and then they would cover the volleyball
Okay.
contest. And
Yeah.
we said sure, of course. So the football game will be on SNSN on GSPN. And if anybody knows anybody that I can't find anybody that wants to work. I am
You're not the only one.
Oh, I know. I'm actually really concerned about all the opportunities that are going to be available in Plainfield, and all of the jobs and everything. Are they going to be able to fill them? The workforce right now is weak.
Yeah.
It's very, very weak.
Yeah. Well, hey, yesterday the stock market dropped over 1,200 points yesterday. And the Inflation Act went in yesterday. Big party in Washington.
Huh?
Yeah, did you go to the party?
No.
Yeah, there was a big party Joe had outside the White House. The big reduction in inflation party he put on.
Are they saying that they expect gas to go down to $3 a gallon or something? They're saying.
Yeah, I heard that. I actually heard it could go below 3. Yeah.
Okay.
You know why? Election time.
Well, I know. And
well, here's the thing. I think a lot of it, and we think about this, a lot of people are not buying gas. Can't afford it. So supply and demand.
Sure.
If people aren't buying gas, well, then you got to get rid of it. So they're dropping the prices.
So look at a year and a half.
That has something to do with it, I would think.
So a year and a half ago, gas was what? $2, give or take, right?
Yeah.
So that was like, okay, it's, I guess, tolerable. It's what we've been used to for quite a while. Probably for about 4 years.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden took off,
Yeah.
doubled,
Yeah.
and now they're dropping it down to about 3.
Yeah.
Like that's supposed to be a good deal. It's like they're conditioning us.
Yeah.
They're conditioning us that $3 is now a good price for gas, not 5, not 4.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Plus, our oil reserves are down too.
Huh?
Our oil reserves are down.
Well, it's because we shut our own pipelines down.
Yeah. Well, a couple of years ago, they wanted to refill our supply at $25 a barrel. Now, our God lawyer, chief staff, or what the hell he is, now wants to refill it at $85 a barrel. When the other guy tried to do it at 25, they said no. But now we're filling it at 85. So why not spend more money when he's got his pocket in the oil companies anyway?
So getting into employees, going back to that, Laurel says trying to find employees that will actually show up and work is nearly impossible. It's been like this for a long time, even before COVID shutdowns, which is true.
Yeah.
Everybody seems to blame it on COVID, and that may have affected it. It made it worse.
Yeah.
But it was like that before that. So.
Well, I think the other thing that is a lot of people lost their jobs and now looking for a better job. They don't.
I don't think they're looking for anything.
Yeah, I think if an opportunity was there, if somebody was working at Walmart for $15 an hour, and then they lost their job, and now they get an opportunity to go back at a different type of job, they would take the better job because it's open.
Right.
So I think people are looking to upgrade and get into a better position than they were before the COVID.
Right.
And so a lot of these other jobs are still open.
But like I was saying about Plainfield, there's a lot of things that's going on in Plainfield as far as they're going to need. What did we talk to Kevin about? Well, 12, let's say on the low end, 1,200 people.
Yeah.
Where are they going to come from?
Yeah, especially with Amazon opening.
Huh?
With Amazon would be the first one.
Yes. Yeah. And he says that's earmarked for a February open.
Yeah.
Something like
I think what you're going to find out now too is we're going to, instead of having UPS and FedEx now deliver your packages, it's going to be a Amazon truck.
Hey Tom.
Hey Tom.
How are you?
Hi. Nice to see you. Over here.
You want to be on or off camera? All right, come on over here, sir. There we go.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see if he's going to be able to fill those jobs. But like I said, a lot of people who probably have these lower paying jobs now, and I would think I wouldn't work for Amazon. I mean, I would think the pennies are pretty good, right?
Well, you would think, right?
You would think. We're thinking that people like work at Walmart and they have a low paying job. When Amazon opens, it's probably going to be a better paying job. So why not leave Walmart and go to Amazon because you probably got better pennies.
Yeah, I mean the pay is one thing. The bennies is going to be the thing that's going to make everybody move. If anything.
Yeah.
So what do you? Good morning, Tom.
Morning.
What do you? We're talking about the workforce right now a little bit. What it is and what it seems like it isn't anymore.
Yeah.
Do you? I mean, I don't know. Do you see it in Lisbon at all? Where people are having a hard time finding employees.
Yeah.
Anywhere in particular, or I mean,
I know just for us, just in our own,
just for the town, right?
Yeah, we advertised twice for public works people, and normally when I'd advertise that position, I'd get 18, 20, 25 applications. I got one for each.
Really? No, there's a rule say they have to live in town, or they can.
No, they don't have to live in town.
Sure, yeah. Well, you're competing against a job like that, against like EB too.
Yeah.
Because EB's looking for a lot of employees, so that's a pretty good pay.
Quite a few.
Yeah,
quite a few.
It's pretty good.
Over 1,000, I think they
yeah, that's a pretty good high paying job. I mean, as far as bennies go,
mm-hmm.
and a pay too, because you can make a lot of money on overtime too.
Yeah.
So
Well, look at Sean Sass that used to come in here all the time.
he works there, right?
He works at EB, and he's done well. He's 22 now, but he's set. If he wants to make it a career.
Yeah.
I mean, there are lots of people that have done that.
Yeah.
And they don't the ones I know that work at EB, they don't leave. They don't retire at 20 years. They're staying there 30, 35 years. My neighbor, I think he's been
more.
he's been there over 35 years.
Yeah.
So it's a place to stay.
Yeah, for a young person too, because when I was 18 years old, I actually went there and got in their apprentice program. Spent 4 years in their apprentice program, but then of course the industry went down the hill in a handbasket and I got laid off.
And the great thing about EB jobs is if you go through the Workforce Investment Board and you go through the manufacturing pipeline, they're taking kids right out of high school and they're putting them into programs sponsored by EB, Pratt and Whitney.
Yeah.
And they're going through they're learning their trade and they're going right into a good paying job.
I believe Collins and Jewell is doing the same thing.
Yeah. Well, he's the president of the Eastern Connecticut Workforce Investment Board.
Right.
Yeah.
So, because he's actually they're supporting football.
Yeah.
With us and stuff. So, I said, well, how do you want to? What do you want to talk about? Because obviously, it's like well, you're probably not going to benefit from this type of advertising other than community outreach and that kind of stuff. So, that's exactly what he wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
Is that pipeline? So
yeah.
So
that's a big deal.
That is a big deal. Yeah. What about I know I go back to this and everything with you, Tom, because it's just kind of like what I know what you used to do. But even the state police, they're having a hard time.
Yeah.
Because I guess in the next few years, there's going to be so many people retiring.
Yeah.
What are they going to do? I mean, it's not just.
And they're
not looking for a camera operator.
And they're not getting
bigger problem.
They're not getting big classes, and the turnover in the classes is significant. They have a lot of dropouts.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it's not an easy class to take. I mean, I'm sure you really got to be physically fit and be in the mindset to be able to do
it's 28 weeks of pure joy.
Yeah.
Would you do it again?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah. Not at going on 70 years old, I wouldn't. No.
Let's see. Daryl says people don't want to work if they can enjoy life. Life balance is really important. Well, okay, life balance is really important, but buying food and paying rent and mortgage is pretty much right up there.
Yeah. That's a big part of the balance. You've got to have something to eat and some place to eat it at.
Yeah,
exactly. And if you don't, well, then there's no balance.
Yeah.
People don't talk about the work-life balance about work too much. It's always about the life part. Have you noticed that?
Yeah. Wouldn't everybody love to have that luxury of I don't have to work. I have the funding necessary to take care of my family. I can feed them. I can clothe them. I can shelter them, and I don't have to work. That would be great. But that's. I don't see that as something
that's not how it works.
No.
Yeah. I thought California was actually looking to try to drop it down to 35 hours a week and get paid for 40. But I don't think it ever came to fruition. I think that's what they tried to do. But, as an employer, are they going to pay you for 40 hours a week?
No. Unless there's some incentive for the employer through the state.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense for the employer.
Yeah, no.
At all.
No, I don't think it ever happened.
I don't know why that would happen.
No.
So, why would somebody think of doing something like that? That doesn't make any sense at all.
It's California. They come up with all kinds of weird stuff. Yeah.
So. Victoria said, I think we're talking about EB, maybe. Says, our youngest got hired at EB, starting pay $22.75, and they are training him at New England Tech.
Yep.
There you go.
So there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and EB's not going anywhere.
No.
It's been here for many, many, many years. I mean, I think half of the people in Eastern Connecticut worked at EB at one time.
EB or Pratt and Whitney.
Pratt and Whitney,
I worked at both.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a staple, for employment, in Eastern Connecticut.
Yep.
For quite some time.
Yes, it has.
So here I am sitting here talking about, I need a camera operator, for sports contests. And
you can't find one.
No, no, not at all. Not at all. I mean, once in a while somebody pops up, but it's not a career. I will say that, you know, I mean, it's piecework, you show up, to a gig or whatever. But it's very hard. It's very hard to do.
And that's not something that somebody can just do coming off the street, is it?
Oh yeah. Actually, it's not. We don't really get incredibly technical with it. There's really nothing. It's
Oh, okay.
Then of course, you can get fancy dance and kind of zoom in on things and or whatever. But football is really just a right to left ball game. Same thing with basketball. It's up and down the court. Baseball can be tricky.
Yeah,
baseball can be very tricky. Multiple cameras are definitely best when you're doing baseball or softball, but I don't know. So Tom, it's good to see you.
Here we are.
Long time.
It's good to be back. It's good to be back.
So Tom is for those of you scoring at home, Tom is the first selectman in the town of Lisbon. We haven't seen you in a minute, as they say in the hood.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. Where the hell you been?
I just figured that
green onion.
Yeah, green onion, exactly. You've got a lot going on, so
yeah, it's good to see you though.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
He comes over to me at Green Onion last night, and he says, "Just come over to say hi." Yeah. And I looked at him. I said, I was going to call you, and I just haven't. I just keep.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I said to myself, "Yeah, right."
No, Paul, do I got a lot of crap going on right now?
Yeah, I got a lot of crap going on.
Yeah, so
So you guys got the new fire station going in, right? Is that
they're doing the site work as we speak.
Wow.
Yeah, yesterday was the first day of blasting. They're doing the site work. Roma's doing that work. Yeah, it's going to be a $13 million project when it's all done.
And then you got AutoZone. That must have been, that's a big coup, huh?
Yeah, it's not a Dunkin' Donuts.
Damn. Or Cumberland Farms.
Cumberland Farms. That's it. Cumberland Farms. Yeah, the AutoZone, that's coming right along.
Yeah, that would have been a hurry. Yeah, it looks like they're going to be closing it in or closely closing it in. Yeah.
So we talked to one of the things we talked to Kevin Cunningham yesterday from Plainfield.
Yep.
They're very, very aggressive when it comes to economic development in Plainfield. And we all know what's going on, what has happened in Lisbon, with all of the retail.
Yeah.
Lisbon Landing, all both those shopping centers. It's pretty much an epicenter for around here for shopping, even people up and down the highway. What is something you would tell another town that may be struggling, to kind of get along, little doggy, for economic development? Like things just aren't clicking.
It's funny you should ask that, but Lisbon Landing kind of fell in my lap.
Regardless, it happened.
It happened, and the old saying, location. That's it. If you have land that's adjacent to an interstate on a state highway that has all the ons and off ramps going in both directions, there's a good chance they're going to come and find you if you have the traffic count.
Yeah.
But as the developer of Lisbon Landing said to me, you're only going to get so much because there's only so many big box stores.
Yeah.
Once the big boxes come into certain areas, no matter how good the property is and how much you market it further away from where they are, they're not going to come. You're going to get the smaller projects, but you're not going to get the big ones because they're there, and they'll develop someplace further out, but because they don't want to compete with themselves.
Yeah.
But
sure.
Yeah.
I mean, that place where AutoZone, and that place has been empty for a long, long time.
Yeah, that's been looked at by Burger King.
Burger King, yeah.
And a number of different companies. But AutoZone seemed to like the location, and they're going great guns on getting it done. Yeah.
So I mean, like Griswold has location. We have location like around on like 138. There's some good spots. But 164 right off the highway. I mean, they can all be developed.
Yeah, and I'm not being critical of Griswold.
No. Give it to us straightly.
Just realistically, you have a traffic count there, but
you're talking about 164.
164.
Okay, yeah.
The traffic is going either to or from the casino.
Right.
They're not. You better have something that's going to make it inviting for them to go there, because most of the traffic is going to or from the casinos.
Correct.
And on 138, you do have the land, but I don't know if anybody's done a study, but do you have the traffic count other than the beach traffic?
Well, you got a lot of Rhode Island traffic.
Yeah,
because because of the rules with Rhode Island with their truckers.
Mm-hmm.
They're all coming through 138.
Right.
So there is a lot of traffic on that road.
Yeah.
So I mean, what do we do? What do we do? I mean, obviously, like I said, Lisbon's attracting, and has attracted, economic development partners. Plainfield's doing the same thing. We're sandwiched right in the middle of you guys.
Yeah.
And having a struggle.
Yeah. I think you've got to find that unique business that'll attract. You got to find that unique business that you can set there, like the Petco Mark, or what is it? The gas station, the convenience store gas station.
That's not Petco. No. I can't think of it all of a sudden.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
But he's done a great job.
I know Andrew runs it. He owns it.
Yeah, he's done a great job. He's got a
Petromax.
He's done
he bought it when it was struggling and then turned it around.
Yeah, and it's because of he was forward thinking. He put in a deli. He put in a beer. He got a liquor license to sell beer. He really made it a place where you could go and do multiple things.
Sure.
And he capitalized on the fact that, again, going to or from the casinos, you've been on the interstate for a while. You want to stop and get yourself some fill up your car, get yourself some snacks before you get over to the casino.
Yep.
And conversely, you're heading home.
Right.
You want to gas up before you get on the interstate.
Yep.
Or you want to get some snacks or something before you head out.
Right.
He saw an opportunity, and he's doing a great job at it.
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah.
I just say, somebody downtown here in Griswold may be saying, what is he talking about? There are things in motion. Well, okay. I mean, the only thing I can think of is it's been a long time and nothing's happening.
Yeah. Well, you invested in the water and sewer up 164, didn't you? Almost all the way to the golf course.
That's not even started yet. Still in the engineering phase.
It hasn't happened.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I think you're by 2064. It'll be in.
Yeah. And the golf course is doing great. The tap house is doing wonderful.
Yeah.
So you've got that land in between.
You would think that something like that would intrigue other customers. Like for example, the land, if you're looking at Petromax to the right, there's that big parcel of land that was supposed to be that camper dealership.
I thought that's what was that fell through.
Mr. Flag sold out.
Oh, okay.
He sold out at Campers World, and then Campers World, had first dibs on it, and they said no.
Wasn't there supposed to be another hotel going in also at one time?
One time there was a hotel right next to the gas station. You're absolutely right. And then there was going to be a 2-story cost of living place that was going to be there as well.
Yeah.
And that fell through.
How's the apartments or whatever is that used to be the convalescent home?
Oak Tree.
How's that?
That's the state.
Oh, that is?
Yeah, see, when you told me that the other day, I was like, really? I didn't know that was a state. I thought it was privately owned.
Oh, it's low-income housing? Oh, I didn't know that.
I thought it was. I think some of it is. I don't think all of it is.
I think it's low-income housing.
Oh, we'll have to look into that.
I believe it is. I believe the state had control over that.
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah. Well,
Yeah, it'll. I can't imagine it not happening, and I know everybody wants it to happen right away, but something will come along.
Well, there is some things in the works. You know, we got that big project down next to the golf course, which they've already purchased the land, but they can't do anything until the sewer goes in.
Right.
You know, so they're kind of hung up.
And they were kind of waiting on, well, maybe the sewer will go in, you know, based on when the data centers are going to go in.
And the data centers.
Did that fall through? The data centers?
We're not sure.
No.
It's still out there, but there's been change of ownership and things like that. So we don't know what the hell is going on.
Data center would be a big
Yeah.
plus.
It'd be huge.
Yeah.
But we don't. Nobody's saying a word.
But there's supposed to be multiple.
Yeah, there was multiples.
But
Yeah.
We don't know.
it's really
Yeah, that's
behind closed doors.
Yeah, that
Right
you
there.
know that's minimum employees, maximum tax benefit.
A
I don't know. They said they were gonna put they could with all the buildings, probably about 400, 500
the
people.
tax benefit is based on the megawatts used.
Power
by the data
consumption.
center. Power consumption.
Oh, okay.
It's not. Yeah.
But even the fees alone.
The fees alone-
the fees alone would be almost more than the budget.
Yeah, it'd be like $1 million just in
Yeah.
fees. So, but that's us. So what's happening with the mall over there? I mean, are there Kohl's is kind of up in the air, right? They're
By
no,
Jake's
not-
Henny.
Yeah, I thought they weren't bought out.
Okay.
I think that deal fell through.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I haven't heard that Kohl's is unhappy. Everybody that's there seems to be
Paul's just stirring
doing
the
well.
pot.
Huh?
Paul's just stirring the pot.
No,
Yeah.
I think they're corporately. I think they're
Well, corporately maybe,
they're
but
bankruptcy.
for the local, yeah. But when corporations like that go bankruptcy, generally it's just to realign, reorganize their debt.
Kmart.
Yeah.
They lasted for 10 years after they went bankrupt.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're doing well. There's been some interest in that lot that's between the interstate
Yeah.
and Lisbon Crossing. There's been some people looking at that.
That's been
but
open a long time.
Yeah, the problem with that is the DOT, the state DOT, they won't allow it because of the interchange that's right there. They won't allow it to be anything other than a right in and right out.
Yeah.
So that makes it problematic.
traffic,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I know that there is one developer who's looking at it and trying to come up with plans that, okay, we'll deal with the right in, right out, but if the right out, we want to make it so that the traffic going right out can get up to the main light at Lisbon Landing, Lisbon Crossing, and do a turn and then come back northbound on 12.
What are the possibilities, or has it even been talked about, like coming out of the Shell station, putting some sort of a light there, making that like a 3 or 4 way stop? Because sometimes it's very, very hard to get out of the Shell station, especially if you're going to turn left to go on 395 north. Because I've been in that area a lot, and I'll even choose a gas station based on where I've got to go because I don't want to cross it, because you're sitting there forever trying to get out.
Yeah, I think if there's any problem for that scenario to happen,
I haven't seen any
it would be
wreckage or anything.
it would be the queuing of the traffic on Route 12 going northbound, backing up at a light that's right there at the exit ramp, just past the bridge.
Yeah.
And then another light further up. So it would be the queuing and of the cars. I think
so. A nightmare.
Yeah, I think it would be a traffic nightmare.
Yeah.
Daryl just said, didn't they just open? Daryl, what are you speaking to? Remind us, just because of the fact that, we bop around on subjects, so not quite sure. All right, here's something that has nothing to do with what we're talking about, and maybe Tom, you can answer this. And I think I know an answer, and you tell me if I'm right or I'm wrong. Dave says, have you heard any rumors about anyone wanting to take? Oh no, hold on, that's the wrong one. Here it is. Every place I've ever lived has had a mayor. How come some towns call it for selectman? Honestly, curious. I'm going to go out and say town charter.
No, we don't have a town charter.
Really? Lisbon doesn't have a town charter?
No. We are a Board of Selectmen, Board of Finance town meeting form of government. And it's in the statutes. The town could change it to a mayor and a town manager, but the statutes allow us, and this goes back.
What's the difference between a town statute and a town charter?
Town charter, it allows the town sets how it wants to operate.
Okay.
But yeah, the job is pretty much the same. Yeah. But in some towns, the mayor is not a strong mayor. I'll go back to New London a few years ago before the mayor became a strong mayor. And I think the same thing in the city of Norwich before the mayor in Norwich became a strong mayor. It was actually the city manager who ran the daily operations.
And when you say strong mayor, somebody that actually controls.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I thought Norwich was city manager run.
Well, there is a city manager. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the mayor is now a strong mayor. He has more of a say than previously.
Than just being a figurehead?
Not a figurehead, but he didn't have some of the duties that a strong mayor has and that he has now.
Gotcha. I think I don't know why, but I just think Jewett City would benefit from a town manager in a council. Like, I mean,
Jewett City or Griswold?
Griswold. I'm sorry. Griswold already has its government. I think Sharkey does pretty good. As a
Borough has
the borough. Yeah. What am I saying?
You're the opposite.
I'm all over the place.
Yeah, we don't know what you're saying. We have no idea.
We're keeping them straight.
Oh God! Nobody ever knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So I guess 138 is giving you a problem again, huh? The old underpass.
Well, that's always been a problem. It's just now, and you were talking about Lowe's. Now with the truck traffic going to Lowe's, and then 9 out of 10 of the trucks that have hit the bridge are on their way to Lowe's, and for some reason their GPS is taking them off the exit ramp to 169 and then 138 rather than Route 12.
Yep. And
they don't read that big sign that says the height of the bridge.
Yeah.
And when their truck is 13.6 and the bridge is not.
Yeah. Plus you had some flooding there too. I guess.
Yeah, that's always been a problem. DOT has tried to address it. I'm going to see if I can speak to the railroad. Supposedly there is a drain that goes out across one of the properties, and that pipe may be blocked.
Yeah.
But you can't, people have said, well, why don't you lower the road? Well, you can't lower the road anymore, and you can't, and you can't raise the bridge because it would be such a tremendous expense to the railroad. Because you don't see speed bumps in a railroad, so they would have to start the incline so far
back,
on both sides of the bridge that it would be a tremendous expense.
Oh yeah.
To them, and
yeah.
I don't think that they would be interested in entertaining that option.
Well, you guys got some antique bridge stuff out there because where's it on 138 further down? That little bridge, is that a historical train site or something you guys have in Lisbon?
Oh, the tunnel?
Yeah, the tunnel.
Yeah.
Kurt says height clearance is posted for a reason. Why can't drivers pay attention rather than hit the bridge?
Well, that's a
really good question.
That's a great question. But here's you got to wonder, because of the last few that hit the bridge, 2 of them that I know of, they had to have somebody back the truck up for them. They didn't know how to back up the truck.
Wow.
I don't know.
Were you just? I was doing something else and I really kind of zoned out for a second. Were we talking about? There was a picture I saw on the internet, a few days ago actually, and it was a banner.
Yeah,
and it said,
"If you hit this banner, you're going to hit the bridge."
Exactly. That actually sounds like a pretty good idea.
It's not my call. It's a state road.
Gotcha.
DOT's got to want to put it up, and they supposedly, not after this last one hit, but the one that hit before, they supposedly had a meeting up at DOT headquarters in Berlin or Newington, wherever they are, to discuss it. And I don't know what has happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is a problem. It is.
Oh, how many has been? 7 or 8 in the last 2 years?
Yeah, there's been that many.
Are there flashing lights there? I don't remember.
No
flashing lights.
No. On the sign, I don't
anywhere with flashing lights low. You don't have to warn the drivers.
I don't. That's a good question. There's no flashing lights at the bridge, and I don't know if the signs have flashing lights on them.
I mean, it's probably something that might be who knows. I'm sure they've thought about it. Yeah.
I think it's paying attention. And I would think, and my son is now a truck driver. And, he's, hi-ho, he just got out of school and everything, and he's working for Pepsi. And the issue came up of bridges and stuff like that. Because I told him what happens around here from time to time. And he goes, Dad, it's just a matter of being aware of your surroundings.
Yeah. Yeah. I know that the resident trooper reached out to Lowe's because, as I said, most of the trucks that have hit it
How's Bob doing?
He's doing very well.
He's doing good?
Yeah. He's a great guy. And he's doing a good job in town. But he reached out to Lowe's and said, can you do something about your GPS or your navigation for your trucks to keep them off of 138 and put them down 12 where they're supposed to be. And Lowe's did not want to reach out to any of their truckers. They didn't think it was their responsibility. So here's a public service announcement to all the truckers out there that are going to Lowe's. The resident trooper and the troopers working in town are taking a position that there's going to be zero tolerance if you hit the bridge or if you get stuck at the bridge and you can't back your truck up. It's going to be a ticket.
Wow.
All right. Here I have a question for the not Tom Sparkman, but the first selectman.
Yeah.
All right.
One and the same.
This is not a softball. So Victoria wants to know, what does the first selectman think of the new principal that was hired? Do you have any response to parents' concerns?
To be honest with you, I have not met him. I stayed out of that situation because I was not part of the process hiring him. That was done completely by the Board of Education. It would be unfair of me to comment about him. I have heard good things about his what he's doing at the school since he's been there. So I have not had the opportunity or the pleasure of meeting him yet. And as I said, it would be unfair for me to comment because I was not part of the hiring process.
Let's see. Cindy says, and this is going to go back to, I believe, the trucks here. Pennsylvania roads have amazing signage for the trucks. There are so many for various things that if you miss the message, it was definitely a user error. So, apparently they have just a bunch of signs to. If you miss one, you're going to see the next one. If you miss that one, there's going to be another.
Yeah, I think it's driver error. Even in our case, it's not the height of the bridge. It's not the height of the truck. It's the operator not knowing, as you said, their surroundings. and not paying attention.
I've been driving that road since I was 16 when I got my license, and I've known about that. I mean, there is a flashing light, or at least there was. It's been in a bit, but I've always known about the height requirement and stuff like that, and that's just a matter of knowing what's around you.
Yeah, but you don't drive a truck.
Well,
it doesn't matter. You should know.
But I'd be willing to bet that you probably just in your mindset would drive down there in a big truck. And
no, I'd be hyper vigilant. I
Now,
really honestly would.
They wouldn't let you drive a big truck.
Maybe not.
I think I just saw a news on the news a couple of days ago where a dump truck hit a bridge on, what was it, 84, 91,
Yeah,
95?
They don't put it down. They leave it up. That's what happens.
Oh, they left the body up?
I think that's what happens a lot of times with these trucks is they don't bring the body all the way down, sticks up a little bit, and then they go on. Because let's face it, 91, 84, all those bridges are pretty, their bridges are up high. So a lot
But
of
then again, it goes back to operator error.
operator error. Exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. Every time I hear, somebody, they hit the bridge, I'm like, eye roll.
Yeah.
Because I don't understand it at all. Why somebody does not pay attention enough to know that.
Yeah.
And even if you think you're going to make it, you should know how high your truck is.
Yeah. Well, I think COVID was a lot.
COVID.
Wait. My point is not COVID, but I think a lot of drivers left. A lot of drivers retired. And with the transportation problems we have with getting goods out, I think they hired a lot of new drivers, young drivers.
I believe they relaxed some of the requirements to get a CDL in Connecticut, and that may add or have added to the problem. But these aren't. This isn't you and me going and renting a U-Haul truck for a weekend and doing something silly and not knowing our surroundings. These are professional drivers. They're supposedly professionals. Yeah. They should know better, and they should be aware of what.
A lot of them are inexperienced too. We don't have the experienced drivers that we've had over the years. A lot of them have retired because of the regulations. If you get some kind of a health issue, guess what?
Yeah,
you can lose your license.
Yeah,
so that's what happens too as you get older.
So Kurt in Oklahoma says it seems that Cracker Jacks is offering CDLs as prizes. I'll have my son reach out to you about that one.
Yeah, I actually took a CDL test. I actually got a CDL license.
He says, really, it seems that desperation for truckers is at an all-time high, so the knowledge isn't there.
Right.
Okay, but you can say that about almost every profession right now. We talked state police.
Yeah.
Look what's happening with state police. I mean, there are going to be so many people the trend has already started where people are going to retire.
Yeah.
And it's going to get heavier and heavier, and then they need larger classes. Are they not?
Yeah.
And it's not there. So what do? So do we crap on the truck drivers, or do we say we look at the whole industry or world as a whole as what is needed out there at what levels we're used to? Okay. Like, a town had to have X amount of protection through troopers or something like that. It's not going to be there anymore.
Yeah. Well,
so there goes your proactivity.
Well, don't forget, we had a lot of transportation errors. We're getting good outs to consumers, because of the, what was going on. And I think they hired a lot of truckers, and you're right. They just don't have the experience that just don't have it. Right. And it's going to get worse because now we're talking about the railroad industry going on strike. Then what's going to happen?
Yeah.
And they just had a groundbreaking up in Windsor yesterday.
Yeah. They did. Yeah.
With Governor Lamont.
Well, they've got a tentative agreement, so that's a good thing for the railroad.
Yeah. If they went on strike, we'd be in some doggy do.
Yeah, that would be a problem. Yeah. That would be a real big
problem. If we went on strike?
Railroad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think one of the unions representing the engineers and conductors was the not settling, and I guess they just settled. They have a tentative agreement. It's got to go to the membership for their vote.
Yeah.
Our guest this morning is Mr. Tom Sparkman. He's the first selectman in the town of Lisbon. We haven't had it's been about a year.
It's been a while.
Yeah, I would say it's been a year.
Yeah, since you've been here. So what kind of things like what's going on in Lisbon? We really haven't focused on anything Lisbon yet. what's going on? Things that maybe you want to talk about that are happening.
Well, there's a lot. There's actually a lot going on. We touched a little bit on the fire station. That's a $13 million project. That is they're doing the site work now. The bid is out for the construction. That bid will be opened the middle part of October. Next week we open the RFPs for the person who does the oversight, the daily oversight, the project manager.
Yeah.
So that's moving along. So that's good. We're waiting to hear. It's supposed to be any day now. We submitted a $500,000 grant to the State Office of Policy and Management for Phase 3 of the sidewalks at Strawberry Fields to get those redone, and hopefully, if we get that, there'll be just one more little section that we'll wait to see if the steep grant is noticed again. The Bundy Hill Bridge, that bid was opened. Matter and Construction was awarded the bid. That has been in the works. That was a local bridge program grant that was 50% matched by the state. That actually we first applied for during Governor Malloy's term in office, and then when he had some financial issues, that he took all of those grants off the table. So that sat for a while, and then it came back, and we got back into the design phase. And because it's state, there's got to be a lot of DOT review. And when you mentioned COVID, when COVID hit, there was nobody working at the state offices, so getting somebody to review plans or to answer a question took for quite a while. So we finally got the okay to proceed, and we sent it out to bid. The bid was opened. Now that bid has to go back to DOT for them to review all of the numbers, and that's where it's been for 2 weeks. We're waiting for them to review the numbers, make sure they're happy with it, so they can give us the okay, so we can tell Matter and they can start going. And there's a 5 or 6 week lag time for for how long. That's how long it's going to take for the box culvert to get here before they even shut down the road and start opening it up so they can put that in. So it's taken a lot longer than I'd like it to take. But it is what it is, and we'll get it done.
What about recreation wise? I mean, isn't the fall festival coming up? Or?
Fall festival is it's not going to be as big as it has been. I think lack of volunteers.
Surprise!
It's only for a weekend, but it's a labor intensive weekend, and it's labor intensive to prepare for it. So I think they're just going to have the road race, and the PTO is going to do a vendor and antique car and bike show. Antique cars up at the senior center, and then vendors at the church and in the parking lot to the meadows. But I think that's going to be the extent of, as far as I know, the extent.
I didn't hear clam chowder.
No.
What?
Yeah.
That's like a staple.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be chowder and fritters. Yeah,
that's been a thing every year.
Yeah.
It would sell out.
It does, but again, it's getting people who are willing to work it.
Yeah. I mean, I feel your pain on a much smaller scale, because it's really hard to find people that, and anybody. I don't know. It's frustrating for me. I imagine what it's like on a town level.
Yeah.
You know,
People are so busy. You know, it's not dad working one job and coming home and mom's home and the kids are in school. You know,
Right.
they're both parents are working, and the sports programs are so extensive. You know, it's not just a couple nights a week. It's almost every night a week. And when I was in school, you didn't travel like they travel now for sports. So it's tough. So they don't have the time to devote to volunteering for something like the fall festival, or even getting people to volunteer to get on a board or a committee. It's tough.
Yeah, that's true.
let me sing the song of apathy of my peoples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same thing here. I think it's the same thing in every town. You
Oh
know,
yeah,
it's
we're
like,
not
you know,
unique.
to
It's
participate.
it's everywhere.
Yeah.
We had a meeting at the Council of Government a few weeks ago, because some of the towns are having issues with their getting people to be part of their land use boards, like a wetlands inspector or a building inspector or zoning enforcement
ZBA.
officer, a zoning enforcement
Yeah.
officer. It's tough to get people to do that.
You have any suggestions about that, Paul? I mean, because I know it's stuff that you talk about every so often. It's like, well, nobody did this, nobody did that. It's like, where are you going to find these people to do it?
Yeah. Nobody wants to volunteer to do anything, and when you get a volunteer, it's not always the greatest volunteer either.
Yeah, a lot of towns are sharing a zoning enforcement officer or a building official. You know, sometimes 3-4 towns are sharing the same person. We now share our inland wetlands enforcement officer. He came to us from North Stonington. Ours left, and we were having trouble finding somebody to take his place. And at that meeting I was just talking about, I happened to mention it, and the first selectman in North Stonington said, well, why don't you reach out to our person? And I did, and thankfully he was willing to take on the position.
Yeah, in a way, that's a good thing, because if you share resources across towns, not only is it good for the town, it also saves the town money, because now you're not paying a full time, you're paying a third or a quarter of what that person's salary is.
Yeah,
which is good. So I know there was talk years ago about doing sharing within our town, but I don't think it ever came to fruition. But yeah, there was certain things they wanted to share. Yeah, which is good. Every town doesn't have to have a specific person to do something that's, not really a full-time job.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so
we may need a town planner. I hear, I don't know.
I don't know.
We've Mario, nice gentleman, out on administrative leave right now, so we just don't know when he's coming back. So, but we got to get this stuff done on 138.
Who's filling in?
Nobody that I know of. But I think I have the answer that nobody is there right now.
Yeah. Well, we'll dress you up in some old time clothes and give you a bell, and you can go up and down.
Maybe the town crier.
We get our planner from the Council of Governments. They provide the planner to us, and he's been very good.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So Seacock does it?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
So yeah, but anyway, I mean, whoever it's going to do for Grizzle, we have stuff on 164. It's got to get done,
Hopefully,
and it's not going to get done without somebody in that office.
Hopefully, Mario comes back. We'll move on. So.
Yeah, let's hope.
We'll see
what happens, or either that or him or somebody that's qualified to do that job.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're going to lose time because Mario's been there for a long time. He's got all the knowledge in his head.
Yeah, he does.
And now if you put somebody new in there, now you got to start all over again. Yeah. So
Like there's a
hopefully-
new admin assistant in there too right now. She's
Yeah,
been there
she's brand new.
3 weeks or
Yeah,
something like
she's
that.
brand new.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I haven't met her or anything, but
Yeah.
But she's like, what do you do? I mean, she's who's training her.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly.
Griswold shares our building official. Our building
Carl
official.
Brown?
Yeah, he's also our building official.
Gotcha. Christina says, good morning from Tallahassee, Florida.
Oh,
Christina, y'all should just move up here to Lisbon in Griswold. It's quiet. It's quaint. And you get Tom.
Yeah.
You should be the spokesperson.
For what?
I don't know, the Lisbon Board of Tourism. You see it now. Tom with a hat.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Tom. Come on down. Get some clam and chowder and fritters. Oh, not happening this
Not
year?
happening this year.
Oh, well, stay where you are.
And we don't have a Cumberland Farms.
Ah!
we have some oceanfront property.
Yeah, I'll sell you my interest in the Brooklyn Bridge, too. When the hell are you going to get a Cumberland Farm? Tom, just damn it, get it done.
I don't see it happening.
How have you been selectman for 300 years and not getting a Cumberland Farm?
Hey, we talked about this years ago. We thought it was going to happen, and it just didn't.
Oh.
You know,
But we got an AutoZone now. That's
yeah.
You can get coffee there if you want. I'm sure they have it
Yeah,
brewing in the back.
Yeah. I don't even know. Cumberland Farms one time was a big milk thing, right? You always stop at Cumberland Farms for
Yeah.
milk. I don't even know if
Milk,
it's-
bread, and eggs.
Do you still have one down the street here? Is that still a Cumberland Farms? or
No, it's
No.
Country Farms. It used to be a
Yeah.
Cumberland
Right.
Farms.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
No, but a local family purchased it, and they've been running it. I don't know how long.
Oh,
they've been
long
running-
time.
The Shield's been in there, and his
Forever.
parents for
Long time.
yeah. They're from Jersey, and they live in town now.
Oh, good.
But nice people, but they just change it. They kind of have like the same logo a little bit, but it's just called Country Farms now instead of Cumberland Farms.
Yeah.
No, we still need a Cumberland Farms.
No,
Where would we put it? Where would it go?
I don't know. Nowhere.
There's that big parking lot over there where Walgreens is. Because God knows they don't need that much parking.
No.
Wasn't there a store next to Walgreens?
It was a movie store years ago.
Yeah.
No.
That's been gone about 12, 15 years
Video
now.
store. Yeah, it was a big
12
video
years, maybe?
store. Yeah.
Yeah.
Till videos went out.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody has videos anymore.
Or-
No, but it's a big spot.
yeah, it was,
And I
that
don't-
was a big store.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know why they haven't divided it, but and rented, make multiple spots. But it was
Well-
kind of like Lisbon Landing too. I know Verizon wanted to go there at one point. This is back when they were expanding company stores.
Yep.
They're not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
But they were looking at Lisbon Landing. I was part of that, but they wouldn't chop a unit down that they wanted.
Yeah, I
You
think
know.
they're a little bit more open-minded now because they downsized Famous Footwear
Mm-hmm.
and they made that two sites. And I know that they're temporarily renting out Dick's to
The Halloween.
the
place,
Halloween
yeah.
place.
There are
Yeah.
Halloween stores over there now.
Yeah,
It used to be next to the foot store.
yeah. It used to be next to Famous Footwear, but
Yeah.
But
they
it's huge now.
They moved and they moved over there because they wanted more space.
Yeah.
They
Wow.
wanted to expand.
So that's where they went.
It's
Okay.
actually owned by Spencer's, isn't it?
I don't
I
know.
think it's Spencer's Gifts that owns
I don't know.
the Halloween stores.
Yeah.
Victoria asks or makes a statement. Let's see. I thought years ago there was talk of a Cumbies going in on 169 by the 395 southbound on ramp in Lisbon.
That property was going to be developed. It was purchased by a family, I believe, out of Canterbury. They were going to do a small strip mall there. I don't know if Cumberland Farms was part of it. It could very well have been, but it also fell the victim of limited access. There's only one ramp going 395 southbound and
Right,
one
right.
exit to 395 northbound.
Yeah,
So
I'm thinking that wouldn't be a great place for like a gas station because of that on ramp. There's only one there.
Right.
So.
Yeah. You would be dependent on the workforce, the people stopping there going to work to get something, or get something before they went home. So it would be a limited use. So that site never really developed.
Yeah. What about the site there in Newent, right? The old gas station and post office. Is that a historical site?
The town owns that now. Right?
Yeah, the town owns that. We bought that a few years ago, and I'm preparing my third attempt to get a brownfield grant to get it taken care of and remove all the buildings, and then remove any of the contaminated soil, because that's on the state's list of state DEP's list of contaminated sites.
Because that was a gas station.
Yeah, it was a gas station. Yeah.
And a post office.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Long
it was
time
a
ago,
post office.
Yeah. Because I remember when I lived in Lisbon, I used to stop there all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Used to be a couple of farms.
No, it wasn't a couple of farms.
Yeah, it's a funny story. When Bill Messick owned it, and this is when I was a kid, he was also a member of the fire department. And if you were getting gas and he was pumping gas and the siren blew, he would pull the gas thing out of your tank, whether you were full or not, tell you how much you owed him, and he was off. He'd shut the pumps off, and he was gone.
Gone. Yeah. Anything else you want to mention before we say goodbye for the morning?
No. I think that's about it. Yeah. It was fun.
Yeah, it was good conversation.
Yeah. It was pretty chatty and casual this morning, huh?
Yeah,
it's pretty good. Well, I appreciate you coming over and saying hello yesterday.
I appreciate you asking me.
Yeah, like I said, it's things have been crazy. I mean, we're closing on our house. We're going to be moving the station eventually. To where? Don't know. That's to be announced.
To be announced.
Yeah. What else? Just a lot of just. Oh, yeah. My daughter had a baby, and
you've been busy then. Yeah,
it's been crazy.
But that's good. It's better than
it's nothing
better than
the
alternative.
That you're not kidding. So hopefully we would like to have you in a more regular basis again, like we used to.
Anytime.
It'd be good.
Yeah.
All right. Tom Sparkman, the first selectman in the town of Lisbon. And boy, you weren't even supposed to be here today either. So but you're here.
Yep.
You'll be back tomorrow.
Yep. Retiree row.
Yep. With you and Chris Goodenough tomorrow morning. And tomorrow night we have high school football on SNSN. We have Griswold against Ledyard. It's going to be a doozy.
Mm-hmm.
Griswold coming off a 34-0 win against Northwest Catholic last week. So Ledyard's going to be a big test. So hopefully next week there'll be Lisbon High School.
Lisbon High School?
Yeah. When's that coming? All right. Thanks a lot, guys.
Right.
We will see you tomorrow morning right here on SNSN. Have a good day.
Thanks a lot.
Nice seeing you.
Good seeing you.
Hi, this is Lisa Griffin of Eastern Connecticut Savings Bank. Well, some banks offer checking account rewards, and some banks rebate ATM withdrawal fees. At Eastern, we say, why choose? Check out our Kasasa checking accounts and find out how you can get both. For more information, visit bankeasternct.com, call us at 860-889-7381, or stop by any of our branch locations today. Eastern Connecticut Savings Bank with offices in Norwich, Jewett City, and Plainfield. Member FDIC. Do you Kasasa?